Okay, what's up, YouTube? You know what it is. It is Pacey Lake Show again. About to give you another video. Remember to leave a like, remember to share, remember to subscribe, turn on notifications. So, I want to talk about this topic. Been wanting to talk about this topic. I remember in my video about Shea being the real MVP, I got so much hate for that video. It's crazy. I mean, I seen people coming out of the woodworks from all over, right, wanting to come at me, right, wanting to tear me down for what I said about who the MVP should have been, right, which is obviously Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. I mean, if you know basketball, right, it's pretty obvious who the MVP was, right? It's pretty obvious who the MVP was, right? But you know, you have all these idiots on the internet coming out of the woodwork, right? So I don't even know where these people came from, right? Want to talk to me about, oh, I'm hating, I'm racist, all type of stuff. I'm seeing people say I'm racist. Like, how am I racist for saying Shea Gilgeous-Alexander the MVP? Oh, I don't like European players. Like what? Like, what are you guys talking about, bro? Like, what are you guys talking about? I pointed out facts in that video. Pointed out straight facts. And right now, I'm going to cook y'all dudes, right, that's been capping for Jokic. I'm going to cook all y'all. Because enough is enough with this nonsense with Nikola Jokic, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all praising this dude like he's some kind of godsend, man. Like he's the second coming of Jesus Christ, bro. Enough of this shit, man. And I'm going to cook all y'all right now. I'm going to cook all y'all right now. Expose Nikola Jokic and expose all y'all fanboys. Player's choice, the player's choice, I'm exposing y'all too. Right? I'm exposing all y'all because I got the evidence. I got the facts. This dude, Nikola Jokic, is a complete fraud. A complete fraud, bro. Right? And NBA history backs up what I'm saying. NBA history backs up what I'm saying. Now, let's go back to 2020. Right? Let's go back to 2020 in the bubble, right? 2020 in the bubble against the Los Angeles Lakers, right? That had LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee, and those guys, right? KCP was on that team. You know the team. Danny Green, a whole bunch of wing guys. Very, very deep roster. Very deep, solid roster. Defensive-minded, right? Just a very, very good team. Very, very good basketball team. Balanced all the way around. They had bigs. They could play big. They could play small. They had balance all the way around. That was centered around AD and LeBron, right? In the Western Conference Finals, this dude got gentleman swept by the Lakers. Dwight Howard, and you can't say that I'm lying about this. This is facts. Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee were the main people that guarded Jokic in that series. Anthony Davis, in spurts, guarded him for some possessions, but for the most part, he was guarded mainly by Dwight Howard and JaVale McGee. And Dwight Howard got under his skin. When I say Dwight Howard irritated him, right? Dwight Howard irritated. He irritated Jokic, pause, right? Nah, but you guys understand what I'm saying. He irritated Jokic, man. Like, completely got under his skin, bro. Completely got under his skin. Like, Jokic he became a shell of himself in that series, bro. He was not the same player. Once you put an athletic big, remember, Dwight Howard is an athletic big, and you also had JaVale McGee, who's also super athletic, right? So now those two guys were guarding him, right? They were athletic bigs, right? And what happened was that because they were so athletic, they were always able to stay in front of him. So those little fakes and those little pivot moves, whatever he was doing, it was not working against those guys because they were able to stay in front of him and they were not biting on the pivot. And even if they would bite on those moves, they'd still be able to recover to get a good contest up, to contest the shot, right? So essentially, they were able to neutralize him to a degree where he wasn't able to impact the game so much. And it also took pressure off Anthony Davis because now Anthony Davis didn't have to guard him directly. What AD could have done was play be a roam defender, a roam help defender to essentially block his shot or contest his shot or double team whenever he would make his move, right? That's essentially how the Lakers played them in 2020, and that's how the Lakers was ultimately able to gentlemen swept them 4-1 in that series, right? We saw, go back and watch that series. Go watch the tapes. The tapes are on the internet. Like, I mean, I'm not making this up. Go watch the tapes. Go watch the tapes of the Lakers and the Nuggets in the bubble. They had Jamal Murray healthy. Remember, Jamal Murray was on fire that year too, because remember, he just came off a series where he had like 2 or 3 50-point games. I don't know if you guys remember, that was a dogfight between him and what's his face guy in Cleveland, right? Donovan Mitchell, right? That was a dogfight between him and Donovan Mitchell, because remember, that was when Gobert and Donovan Mitchell was on the same team in the bubble, and Denver came back from 3-1, right? So the Jazz had them down 3-1, and then obviously Jamal Murray led that charge. I mean, he had multiple 50-point games. Obviously, Jokic did his thing, and they came back and won that series, right? So now obviously they had formidable competition. Jokic was able to cook Rudy Gobert, because Rudy Gobert, he's kind of slow on his feet. He's not super athletic like that, so you can kind of expose him, and that's what the Jokic did in that series. That's why he was able to win that series against the Jazz, because he was going up against Rudy Gobert, right? We saw what happened when Rudy Gobert was guarding him in this Timberwolves series, and the coach had to end up making the adjustment to put Naz Reid and Cat on Jokic instead of Rudy Gobert, because he was getting exposed every single time. So that's what Jokic did when he beat Utah. So none of the playoff series that Jokic has won, he's beaten any formidable opponents. I mean, I did touch on the fact that 3 of the 4 teams that he beat last year were playing teams. The only team that he beat that wasn't a playing team was the Phoenix Suns, who had a less than 500 record, right? They not less than 500. They won less than 50 games. My bad. You know what I'm saying? They had a less than 50 game win record, right? And you look at the fact that you look through this guy's whole, and I'm gonna go through the history because I got it here, man. I got it here. I got everything here. But you look at this guy's career. You look at Jokic's career, right? You put it is so easy to neutralize him. You put an athletic big, like what the Lakers did in 2020, right? And what the Minnesota Timberwolves did just now to beat them, right? You put some athletic bigs on him, and that's gonna ultimately neutralize him, because he's slow, he's unathletic, he can't jump, right? He only has pivot moves, which I think a lot of it is him traveling. I mean, this dude, he would switch his pivot foot a million times, and the refs don't call it, right? Switching his pivot foot, all that, right? And he's twisting and turning with a pivot, shifting his pivot foot, switching his pivot foot, and the refs don't call it. He be traveling a lot of times. I be seeing it all the time. You look at the replays, I'm telling you, you look at the replays, the highlight, a lot of those moves that he's doing are travels. They don't call it, right? They don't call it, right? And the fact of the matter is, this dude, right, you can easily neutralize him. He does have a weakness, and his weakness is that he's so slow and he's so unathletic. And it's easy to neutralize him, bro. Like, he's not as great as people put him to be. You put certain guys on him, he has problems. We've seen it time and time and time again with Nikola Jokic. And we've seen it through history with this dude, right? We've seen it through the history. He hasn't had much playoff success. His most successful playoff run was last year. Before that, he was getting bounced out by multiple different teams, right? He was getting bounced out by teams that, he could have beaten, right? I mean, they were saying he's the best player for the last 5 years, right? They were saying the best player in the league, and if you're the best player in the league, right, you got to be held to a higher standard. If this was LeBron, right, y'all would be crucifying him, bro. Y'all be cooking him, bro. But because this is Nikola Jokic, he gets away with everything. Is it because he's white? Is it because he's European? I don't get it. I really don't get it. And let me just go through the history, because So touching back on that 2020, obviously the Lakers gentlemen swept them. We know how the Lakers was able to beat them and neutralize Jokic, as I spoke about. In 2021, right, they went up against the Phoenix Suns and they got swept. They got swept against the Chris Paul, Devin Booker led Phoenix Suns in 2021. You guys probably don't remember that, but they got swept in the second round of the playoffs. They got swept in the second round playoffs. So this man wasn't even able to make it past the second round before last year, right? They got swept in the second round, right? Then we go to, because I got the facts right here. We go to 2022, right? They played the Warriors in the first round. They were 6 seed. The Warriors were the 3rd seed, right? They played the Warriors in the first round, and they got gentlemen swept by the Warriors. Gentlemen swept. Curry got them out of there like that, quick and fast. Quick and fast, bro. Curry got them out of there quick and fast, bro. Like, it was just like that. Easy. Easy money, right? This dude, remember, you guys been saying this dude was the best player in the league for the past 5 years. How come he can't get it done? If this was LeBron, what would y'all be saying? What would y'all be doing, right? Because then y'all cook LeBron for his performance in that Dallas series. I mean, LeBron couldn't hear the end of it, right? Y'all destroyed LeBron, right? LeBron gets destroyed when he doesn't get it done, right? When he has a subpar performance, y'all destroy him, right? When everybody hailed LeBron as the best player in the world, when he wasn't able to get it done in 2015 against the Warriors, y'all cooked him for that. Even though he didn't have Kyrie and Kevin Love, y'all say, oh, Skip Bayless, right? He says that, oh, LeBron had the Warriors down 2-1 in their own building, right? Oh, he was home, right? In the King's Palace, right? You gotta get that done. You gotta carry that one home, right? You got your help from I'm telling you the narrative that they use. You got your help from Dellavedova, so you gotta carry that one home, right? You're in your home building. You're in the King's Palace. You gotta get it done, right? That's what they say. LeBron gotta get it done, even though he didn't have help. He gotta get it done, right? You guys hold LeBron to the craziest standard, right? You guys cook LeBron, right? LeBron doesn't get away with anything, right? Literally doesn't get away with anything. But this dude, right? You allow this dude to get away with mass murder. It's ridiculous, right? It's ridiculous what you guys allow this guy to get away with. And then last year, we're talking about the Lakers, right? They played the Lakers, 3 playing teams, right? The Lakers are a playing team. The Heat was a playing team. They're playing the finals, and the Timberwolves was a playing team, right? 3 playing teams. They beat 3 teams that didn't even win 50 games. All 4 teams that they beat to win a championship didn't even win 50 games. Just imagine what I'm trying to explain to you. Just think about what I'm trying to say. All 4 teams that the Nuggets played to win the championship last year didn't even win 50 games. Nikola Jokic possibly had the easiest, most cakewalk run to a championship we've ever seen, and this is the guy that you want to anoint as MVP, best player in the league, all that. When he went up against a coach, a first-year rookie head coach in Darvin Ham that did not know what he's doing. You saw what AD said about him. They didn't know what they was doing out there. Darvin Ham didn't have them prepared, right? Right? This dude went up against a rookie head coach who made bad decisions after bad decisions. Last year, Darvin Ham had the formula to slow down Nikola Jokic in the hand, and he didn't use it. All he needed to do was start Tristan Thompson. To start Tristan Thompson and have AD play the 4 as a roam defender, right? Darvin Ham was using Rui Hachimura just like he did this year. He did the same thing last year. Had Rui Hachimura guarding Nikola Jokic. Bro, what do you expect? Nah, seriously, let's be real. Nikola Jokic is 6'11", 7 feet. Rui Hachimura is 6'8". Nikola Jokic, I don't even know what he weighs. He probably weighed damn near 300 pounds. I don't know, right? Rui Hachimura weighs like 220, right? 220 at best, right? And you have him guarding Nikola Jokic. Of course he's gonna get cooked. Of course Jokic gonna cook him. Like Rui Hachimura is not even a good defender, period. As I've said in the previous video, Rui Hachimura is not even a good defender. Like, he can't even guard perimeter guys. He can't even guard smaller dudes. and you're going to put him on Nikola Jokic. What do you expect is going to happen? Of course he was going to cook it. And guess what happened? Darvin Ham made no adjustments. The same thing Darvin Ham did last year is the same thing he did this year. No adjustments, nothing whatsoever. He did the same exact thing for 4 straight games. Put Rui Hachimura on this dude for 4 straight games. And what happened? Jokic cooked Rui Hachimura. Cooked him barbecue style, whatever you want to call that. Whatever style you want to, whatever style you want to saute, whatever, man, deep fry. Cooked him, bro. Of course he was going to do that. Of course he was going to do that. Like, what do you guys, like, he's supposed to cook Rui Hachimura. The Lakers didn't use the proper personnel because of bad coaching to guard this guy, right? You had AD guarding him, which is not AD's natural guarding position. AD shouldn't have been guarding Jokic for most of any of this series. He should be the roam defender. Yeah, from time to time you can put AD on him, right, to switch it up a little bit. But for the most part, you keep AD as a roam defender because that's his strength, to essentially guard off the ball, right, and block your shot from behind or however it is. Like, that's his strength. Remember, he's a shot blocker. When you have him guarding in the post like that, you take away his biggest strength, which is shot blocking and contesting shots or changing shots, challenging shots, however you want to look at it. That's his biggest strength, right? To alter shots, right, as a shot blocker, to make it difficult for a guy to put up a shot. Like, so if Jokic was gonna get a easy baby hook, right, you have AD coming over. Now he has to change that a little bit, right? He has to change that a little bit. Now he misses. That's the whole point. That's how you use an AD. That's how you use Anthony Davis. Darvin Ham did not understand that, and that's why I said he should be fired. All these dudes that was capping for Darvin Ham, they just LeBron haters because they know basketball and they know that Darvin Ham was not doing the best job, right? He was experimenting with the lineups. We still didn't even get a proper starting lineup until later in the season. He finally stuck on that starting line, which I still don't even think is was the best starting line, especially when you're playing a team against Denver, right? He did not make any adjustment, any changes to the starting lineup all 5 games. All 5 games we played the same starting lineup, right? You know, you saw what Chris Finch did. Like, he made adjustments. Now, he didn't change his starting line, but what did he do? He took Gobert off of Jokic, and he had Naz Reid and Cat guard Jokic, right? That's what he did, to have Gobert be a help defender, to kind of play that AD role, that 2020 AD role against Jokic, and that worked. It was effective. It worked. They won the series. Adjustments, adjustments, adjustments. As a coach, that's how you make your money. When you can be in a playoff series and you can see the game, you can analyze the game, and within the course of the game, throughout the course of the series, throughout the course of games, you can make adjustments. You can tweak things. That's why I respect Steve Kerr. Because one thing with Steve Kerr is that he is very good at making adjustments. Very, very good. He makes adjustments from game to game, and he's not scared to take risks. We've seen Steve Kerr bench Draymond in the NBA Finals, right? We've seen Steve Kerr do things unorthodox. You know what I'm saying? Unorthodox, but he makes adjustments, right? To throw, because sometimes the reason you make adjustment is not necessarily only just to necessarily have a better matchup. Sometimes it's just to throw the other team off, to change your pitches up a little bit. Darvin Ham likes to talk about changing up your pitches. Why doesn't he change his pitches, right? Sometimes you make adjustments to change your pitches up a bit to make the other team confused of what you're trying to do, right? We've seen Steve Kerr from series to series make adjustments. You saw in the Sacramento series where he put in what's his name again, the rebounding dude. I can't even remember his name, right? You know what I'm saying? All these names on top of my head, sometimes I can't remember. But the guy that got 20 rebounds in Sacramento, you know who I'm talking about, man. I just can't remember his name right now. But we saw him do that in that series. In game 7, he was pivotal, huge, right? Got 20 crazy amounts of offensive rebounds. Got like 20-something rebounds, like over double-digit offensive rebounds, something like that. And obviously, it was the difference in that series. They ultimately won that series in game 7, right? So we've seen Steve Kerr, like different coaches, Greg Popovich, coaches like that, the great coaches, the great ones, always know how to make adjustments throughout the course of the series. You read and react to what the other team is doing, and you adjust accordingly. Darvin Ham did not understand that. He was way too stubborn, way too set in his way, and that's why the Lakers lost. The Lakers was good enough to beat the Nuggets, just like how the Timberwolves were able to do it. We were close in all the games, but if Darvin Ham had just made some simple tweaks, minor adjustments, things of that nature, we would have won that series and proved to y'all even more that this team is an absolute fraud, because we could have knocked them out in the first round, right? In my opinion. So, I mean, it's just what it is, man. Like y'all need to stop, man. And this dude was not the MVP. This dude was not the MVP. Y'all dudes trying to put this dude in conversations with Akeem Olajuwon, right? A two-time Defensive Player of the Year, right? Two-time NBA champions, two-time Finals MVP, multiple-time first-team All-Defense, which Jokic can't even sniff, right? You talk about one of the all-time greats in Akeem Olajuwon, and you guys putting this dude in the same sentence after just winning one championship. It's ridiculous, bro. It's absolutely madness. It's absolutely madness. It's crazy. You know, I just don't get it, man. This dude won a few bogus MVPs. He shouldn't have been the MVP this year, right? It should have been Shea, right? You know, a lot of people say Joel should have won in 2022, and a lot of people say that Giannis should have won in 2021 when he won because he won in 2022 and 2021. But a lot of people say Giannis should have won that one. A lot of people say Joel should have won in 2022. You know what I'm saying? It's debatable, but definitely this one for sure. It's not even debatable. It's not even a question. Shea should have won the MVP. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say. Shea should have won the MVP, and Shaq was right about that. So, you know what I'm saying? All y'all do is cap for this dude. All I've heard for this dude, Jokic, is just cap. Nothing factual, nothing solid. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Gas this dude up. Y'all gas this dude up. He hasn't done anything. Just won one championship, a bogus championship where he just be playing teams, right? And a team that didn't even win 50 games in the Phoenix Suns. And all of a sudden, he's a all-time great top 10 player in NBA history. It's ridiculous, man. You know, putting him above Akeem Olajuwon, right? Putting him above Akeem Olajuwon. Disrespectful, bro. Blasphemy, bro. Absolute blasphemy, man. This is just ridiculous, bro. And, you know, I just wanted to make this video, man. I just wanted to cook on this topic because y'all need to stop with this nonsense. It's over for Nikola Jokic. I don't want to hear nothing more about no Nikola Jokic. He's done. He's done. I want to hear nothing more. And he should not win another MVP. At least until he wins another championship, right? And when he wins a legitimate championship where he actually plays 50-win teams. This dude can't beat 50-win teams in the playoffs. Every time he goes to the playoffs, he flames out. Every single time. The Warriors bust him up. The Suns bust him up, right? The Lakers bust him up in 2020. When they actually had a good coach in Frank Vogel, and they actually had good personnel to actually guard him in a Dwight Howard, JaVale McGee. Stop it, man. Stop it, bro. Anyways, have a great day. Pacey Lake Show signing out. Remember to subscribe to my channel. Have a great day. Peace.